You don't want to make Virgin, the new Virgin, kind of lean and mean. It's not going to be a budget airline. So how will it be different to the original Virgin Australia?
Yeah, good morning, Peter. Thanks for having me on the show. It will be very different as a business. The main reason for that is that we've been able to take the opportunity to lean down our cost base quite significantly, and we will be coming out of administration as the best value airline in the country. I'm most focused on making sure that that's directed at the very loyal customer base that we already have, the 10 million members in Velocity, and making sure that when travel budgets are under pressure more than ever, when we start coming out of the pandemic, that we have the best value to offer.
So do you intend on being a direct competitor to Qantas?
We intend to look after our customers, and what they're telling us they want is great value but high quality. And that's whether you travel for business or whether you travel with us on holidays. You'll get a really good quality product. There'll be very competitive airfares for leisure and holiday travellers, but will be very reliable. We have been the #1 performing business airline in this country for many years now, and that will continue.
So you will be trying to take them on as a direct competitor, or are you trying to separate yourself from that?
Well, I think we'll be playing in the same market, there's no doubt about that, but we're not going to try and be absolutely everything to everyone. We know that there's some very loyal customers that are pretty much rusted on with our competition, and I just think it's a futile exercise chasing them. But we already have a very big and loyal member database with a velocity of 10 million people. We have very loyal customers who have been cheering us along through this process, wanting us to come out in the shape that we're in. We were given the opportunity to re-look at every single part of our operation, feed the data in and come out with something we know will succeed.
So, I mean, how certain are you that there is still a market opportunity for you, given the fact that you just said there, you've got a lot of rusted-on Qantas supporters and customers? They've got, I think, 50% of the Australian public is a member of Qantas, and they've got the direct links to all the best airlines in the world. So how do you take them on?
Well, as I said before, Peter, we have a loyal customer base already. Pre-administration, our group carried 25 million passengers. So we will be smaller. We want to provide a great, high-quality but really good value solution to as many of those as we possibly can. That's what I'm most focused on.
OK. Just from a passenger point of view, what kind of differences will, the ordinary traveller experience or feel in the new Virgin planes?
Well, I think to start with, Peter, every airline in the world is going to have a look at the way they operate, particularly for the next couple of years, given COVID. So you're going to see some changes that are imposed on us, and we will adhere with because of that. But what people can expect is very reliable service, very friendly customer service on the ground and on board. That's been the point of difference between us and our competitors for a long time now, the spirit of the Virgin people. You will see us reviewing our product in flight, but we're not in a position to announce what that might look like just yet.
Okay.
We'll continue with a network of lounges because business travellers want that.
Can you guarantee that there won't be any more job losses?
No CEO of any airline in the world right now can guarantee anything like that. We're still in the middle of a pandemic. The industry is going through the biggest crisis it has ever seen before. You are seeing airlines all over the world take drastic action to try and avoid bankruptcy and just stay afloat. So there's going to be some pretty tough decisions coming. No one can give a guarantee like that. What I believe that we have done, the bittersweet element of yesterday's announcement, is that there is a future for 6,000 of our people, and that's what I intend to make sure happens. That wasn't certain just 3 or 4 weeks ago when we were still in the midst of administration. Will
you need more government help? Will you need an extension to the JobKeeper program?
Well, I think with what we're seeing right now, the volatility in the market, the opening and shutting of borders, and the predictions that this will go for a little longer, will mean that we need continued government support for the whole sector. And I think we will continue to lobby for that, and I think it's necessary.
How much do you need?
How long's a piece of string, Peter? Who knows? I mean, this industry has been devastated through this crisis. There has already been strong support with the domestic subsidisation program, the regional subsidies as well, and JobKeeper, and those things have really helped soften the blow. And I have to say, during this pandemic, have really helped with an emerging mental health issue that we've had as well.
Why stay on, Paul? Why, I mean, Bain said that they want to keep you as the man. You know, it's obviously very tough. Why do you want to stay on?
It's a really good question. I have unfinished business here. I do see the massive potential we've got. Ever since I took over this job last year, it just seems that we're delivering bad news. I want to be here to actually create a positive future for people and make sure that we grow again. And it'll be a great day when I can welcome back someone in the future when we grow that had to be leaving us or being made redundant through this process.
The economic climate has worsened since Bain Capital got involved. Have they expressed any doubts, you know, about getting involved here?
No, zero doubt, and I think it's a very courageous investment for them to make, to rescue an airline in the middle of a pandemic. They, of course, are very strongly data-driven, as they should be, as prudent capital managers. They played out several scenarios before they entered into this arrangement, and one of those was a worst-case scenario and a low-case scenario, and we're prepared for all of those, and they are as well. They're patient, they're going to capitalise us very well, they'll strengthen our balance sheet, they'll set us up ready for future shocks, and they'll be a great investor.
So how long do you think it'll be before air travel can return to normal?
Well, normal's an interesting concept, but our prediction is that by 2023 you'll see domestic air travel get back to pre-COVID levels, and it might take as long as 2024 for the international market to get back to those levels.
Wow.
But it's not an all or nothing. There will be a ramp up. As soon as borders are open here in Australia, travel does spike. And it is important to point out right now, if you're living within Queensland, you can openly travel between cities within Queensland, and we're seeing really strong demand for people to travel around the state. We're also seeing the same in Western Australia. We're providing really competitive airfares for people to travel and take holidays. Where places like Broome are starting to see a big influx of people who from Perth would normally go to Bali, and that provides opportunities.
I guess a New Zealand travel bubble's out of the question for now?
Well, I don't think it's out of the question. I think it is reliant upon the hotspots in this country getting under control and there being a high level of confidence. But what I think will be, Peter, is a really selective city-by-city decision. And, you know, we could see Queensland, if it keeps going the way it's going, opening up to New Zealand far sooner than other parts of the country. But I'm not the decision maker on that. I'd be strongly advocating, if there's no risk of COVID, that should be something we do, and I hope it happens.
Okay. Paul Scurrah, it's good to have you with us this morning. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks for having me, Peter. I appreciate it.